Hi, kids. Today we're going to talk about what sometimes happens when you go to the doctor to get a checkup, and what also might sometimes happen when you need to have a checkup with God. When you go to the doctor for a checkup, one of the things that he likes to use is a stethoscope. Remember what a stethoscope looks like? Like this. A lot of times they have it hanging around their neck, don't they? He uses that to listen to what's going on inside your body. Sometimes he puts it up the front, sometimes he puts it on the back, because you might actually look healthy, but the stethoscope he uses in order to find out how things are going on the inside and not just how you might look. So you know what happens when you go to the doctor's for a checkup. Probably as soon as you get there, he checks your height, right? Maybe right after that, very often, he'll check your weight, see how much you weigh. And then he starts to kind of look around at your face, the different parts of your face and your head. Like, he'll check your eyes. He'll look very closely at your eyes. He also likes to use a tool to look into your ears as well. And then he might use a tool to check up inside your nose. Does that too, doesn't he? Now there's one left too. A lot of times he'll ask you to open up your mouth and say ah as he checks your mouth and your throat. And then, of course, he'll get back to that stethoscope and might use it and one more time to check your heart. And that's what we'll talk about today, is your heart. Now, the psalm, the Bible verse that we talk about today in my children's message is Psalm 51, verse 10. And it says, "Create in me a pure heart, a clean heart, and give me a right spirit." Create in me a clean heart and give me a right spirit. Now, you might remember David. Remember David in the Old Testament? David was a shepherd boy, but God made him into a king. And you might remember that David was the one who, when he was a boy, he took his slingshot, right? Boom, and he killed the giant Goliath. But you know, not even David did everything God wanted him to do. He kind of had heart trouble too. And I'm not talking about this kind of heart, but I'm talking about very often what we talk about when we say the word heart, we talk about those innermost feelings that you have, or maybe we talk about your character when we talk about your heart. And that's what we'll talk about today too. So David, you could even say, when he was doing some not so good things in his life as an adult, he had maybe heart trouble. It's a different kind, isn't it? It's not the same kind of trouble when the doctor checks your heart. It's a different kind of trouble. He would do some things that were not pleasing to God. And so what did David do? Well, he went right to God in prayer. And he said in his prayer to God, "I have sinned against you, God, and I know I have displeased you. Please create in me a clean heart, clean character, clean innermost feelings, and give me a right spirit." And so sometimes you and I have those heart problems too. Not the kind of heart that the doctor listens to, but the kind of heart that has to do with our character, our innermost feelings. And so when we do and behave in ways that we know that aren't right, We can do the same thing that David did way, way back then in the Old Testament. We can pray to God and say, please help me and create in me a pure heart. And we can say that prayer, which is Psalm 51, verse 10. Create in me a clean heart and give me a right spirit. You do that sometimes? I think we all need to do that in our Christian walk. Okay? Have a good day.